Hi everyone, welcome to the course preview for the Battle on Slug Hill presented by DGA. I'm Ethan, and with me I've got Gordon Keller, and we're going to walk you through the course layout.
Yeah, so we're really excited to share this with you today. Sorry in advance for some of the shots are a little washed out, but you should still be able to get the idea.
Alright, hole 1, we've got a pretty uphill shot. It says 248, but plays about 350. Only danger on the hole is really if you push it a little too deep, there's a road there that's OB on and beyond. But it's a pretty standard shot.
Hole 2, this is sort of an inside hyzer. Some people are going to try and play it up above or just behind, but you got to be wary of the path behind. It does play OB, and this tree right here can get you caught up. And since we're in California, 2 meters will be in effect, so you're going to want to avoid that at all costs.
Hole 3 is a gentle downhill hyzer. The hole plays pretty steeply downhill after the basket, so you're going to want to come in pretty soft. Discs that come in a little too fast tend to kick up and roll. The only real danger is really deep left of the pin. There's a fence line that's OB, but generally you get caught up short of that.
And this normally is hole 2 on our permanent course. We have a 9-hole course here at UC Santa Cruz that we've extended to 19 holes. Hole 4, this is a par 3, 325, really picturesque, but there is danger. Behind the basket, drops off pretty steep. Even though it's scenic, you don't want to go down there. You're going to want to stay near the basket, which is perched up right here. Pro tip, if you can, aim for those little Christmas trees that are right by the basket, because those will get you caught up and then it's not too hard of a putt, but your disc might be a little bit sticky after you grab it out.
Hole 5, this is the permanent course is hole 4. This is one of the best permanent holes I think on the course. It's a big downhill shot, plays a lot shorter than 441, but it's still a pretty good pump. By the basket, it'll slope right to left, so you really got to punch that hill, or you can tend to like fade away and have like a 40-foot uphill putt.
And there is a sidearm here. You can get it there if it can just gradually coast, but sawing it off, you're going to end up in some shrubs. Hole 6, this is a par 3 at 237 feet. Pretty straightforward shot. You're just heading up the hill, and it does play probably closer to 300. All that clover you see behind the basket is not going to be there for the tournament. We're going to get it all mowed, so don't worry about losing your disc in that. But yeah, this is a great shot that you're hoping to get a 2 on.
Alright, hole 7, another pretty downhill shot, 430, but plays a little bit shorter. You got a lot of options, it's pretty open, so right-handed players, you can go mid-range straight at it, or distance driver out wide and let it crash in hyzer. Same thing with lefties.
Yeah, this shot is a little bit different than the other downhills because of how gradual it is, but you can definitely get it there if you have a backhand or a strong sidearm. Hole 8, this is one of our temporary holes. It's a par 3 at 298 feet. It's going to play just a little bit shorter because it is sort of gradual downhill. That barbed wire on the left and the fence beyond is going to play OB. And you're probably going to want to play this one just a little bit short, but still give yourself a putt.
Alright, here's hole 9. This is one of the temp holes we're most excited about. We took normal course hole 7, which was kind of a tweener hole, and decided to turn it into a par 4. All this slide away on the left side is going to be OB, so you're going to want to avoid that, but put one up pretty high up on the hill. And then you'll have probably a blind shot down towards this pin, which will be just right at this bush, which will give you a good place to aim. But yeah, it should be a fun hole.
Hole 10, this is another really exciting little temp hole that we've got going on. you're playing out into this pretty open area, and then it gets pretty busy up by the basket. There's an obvious landing area, and the parking lot is going to play OB, fence and beyond. This hole, it's going to seem a little shorter than it actually is, so it's deceptive in what you're looking at, and the green actually kind of looks smaller from the tee pad than it is in reality once you get down there. So you're going to want to get a little bit of practice in on this hole beforehand if you can, to kind of gauge that distance.
All right, hole 11. This is a pretty simple shot, just another uphill hole. It definitely plays longer than it looks. It takes a good pump to get up there, and especially if the wind's blowing off the field, you're going to want to probably step up to the driver to get all the way up there. Only real danger is this path here left, which will be on and beyond OB, but you'll really have to saw one off to get over there. So pretty standard hole.
Hole 12. Last year, this hole was actually playing as a par 4 where the tee pad was backed up quite a bit. It was not exactly how we wanted it, so we shortened it up to a par 3 at 333 feet. There is danger to the right with that road. It'll play OB, and then the path on and beyond. And there's a little bit of a hillside to the right of the basket, so if you can get it to dig there, that's fine, but beware of the rollaway.
All right, hole 13. This is normal course 9's long tee pad. One of the more beautiful holes on the course. Definitely plays shorter than 476. Big arms can probably get a mid-range down there, but a pretty standard shot's just a fairway driver out right and dump it in. You'll want to avoid this on the left here. There'll be on and beyond will be OB, and then deep of the pin is the parking lot. So if you really get a hold of one, you can sail deep.
And even if you get it to the green and that tree in the left, you're going to have a hard putt out of there. Hole 14, we're going uphill for this one. This is a par 4 at 490 feet. We're playing from downhill. Is that path right there that you're throwing off of, Ethan, OB?
Yeah, that'll be OB, so you're teeing from OB, and then everything left and on that path will be OB.
Okay, and so as you can see in the center of the screen, that rightmost tree is actually going to be a mando where you have to play to the left of it in that little trench there in order to get it around all of this mess, in order to get it up to the basket, as you can see right there. Those paths by the basket, those are not OB, correct?
Correct, yeah, the dirt paths are safe. All right, hole 15, this is the bus stop hole. We decided to shorten it up a little bit from last year to avoid having that bus stop in play. So there's a tree line here that should protect it. There'll be an OB flag behind that, and there's gonna be a mando, and you'll have to take right of that mando off the tee, so there'd be no big flick hyzer this year either.
Hole 16, this is actually one of the original holes from the object course. This is a must get. You're playing over the road, which is going to be OB, but then it's just sitting up on this hillside here. Nothing really tricky with this one, just don't shake it into the trees.
All right, here's hole 17. Definitely one of the tougher par 3s on the course. There's gonna be a mando left right there, forcing righties to throw a big ante if you want to get all the way there. Most people will probably end up on the top of this hill here, leaving you with a pretty treacherous downhill upshot towards this basket, where the OB really pinches off. That road to the left on and beyond will be OB. There's a fence line right, which is also OB.
Hole 18, this is the triangular island or triland hole. It's a par 3 at 187 feet. Your disc must come to rest on that triangular patch of grass up there where the basket is. You may not lay up to the right side. So if your disc doesn't come in on the island, you are going to have to throw from the drop zone, which is over on that right side.
Hole 19, this is one of the more picturesque holes on the course. A great ending hole. You're throwing out from this grove of trees here, where it kind of goes downhill and then back uphill, and the pin is perched up on the side of the hill here. It's a pretty solid pump at 450 to get all the way there, but big arms definitely can get there. The green definitely slopes down, so there'll be some treacherous putts, maybe have to lay up a few longer putts, but it's definitely a gettable hole for someone with a big arm.
Thanks for joining us, everyone. Sign up for the Battle on Slug Hill now. See you later.